Here I am in Camarinas. Arrived yesterday. Of course, my luggage is not yet there. Means our plan to depart tomorrow is somewhat in jeopardy. Especially as I can also not reach anybody there back at the airport and at the airline who promised me that the luggage will get delivered today via Madrid to the airport and then probably, ideally, today to Camarinas, to the marina. Let's see. As said, the plan was to start tomorrow. The weather is looking good, as you can see behind me, so we are looking at 10 to 20 knots of wind for the whole traffic. Well, one can't start without a change of clothes. More to come.
Now we have 3.
Nah, I got this.
You got 3. Then we got minced meat. Yeah. Oh, we got minced meat.
I'm gonna use 3 of them. Okay. Yeah? I mean, I got vegetables all here.
Sorry.
Yeah, me again, still Saturday evening. Well, still Saturday, now the evening, and the good news is my backpack found me. So we have all the chances to kick off our trip tomorrow morning. Good stuff. and there we are sailing currently about north to get some distance from the shore, which you might just see behind me, going with currently 8 knots, bit of more than 8 knots and 16 and a half knots of wind. A bit of a confused sea state here overall, and fun sailing. So let's go on.
Wow! That's amazing.
Yeah.
Come on!
Hey, don't leave us.
Huh?
Don't leave us alone. And just like that, we had our first pot of dolphins just moving. And the bloody beasts, what did they do? They said hello and went away the moment I pulled up the camera.
I think he's playing now.
Some dolphin playing with us, yeah. There he is.
There he is. Oh, beautiful. Look
There
at
he is.
right behind.
Yeah, there he is, yeah.
Oh, maybe shark. You see the shark? Yeah? When you meet the shark, or the shark don't go to the boat. I'll come back. Yeah, not one time, but you know, again, give it about 5 seconds.
I think they're on the ISS. We have a CPA of about half a mile. Night break, still northeast of the TSS, the Cape Finisterre, and a little bit of traffic around here. Just 2 ships in the vicinity, and a few more in the airports. First sunset now. Sun just went down behind the bank of clouds that's behind me. 10 p.m. now, and well, next change of shift is midnight as usual, and then it is a bit of sleep for me. Sunrise. Now it's Monday, just after 8 o'clock. I'm up since 3 o'clock. Also nice sailing in the middle of the night, although we started it with a jibe and then an unwanted jibe, which caused another jibe as we wanted to go into the new direction. Waves are okay-ish, probably the bigger ones around 3 to 4 meters. During the night we passed through quite some traffic also, and a couple of big containers passing out of the channel going towards the Atlantic. There in the background we see another fairly big one, an MSC of 250 meters, which is luckily far away. Some of the others were a bit closer. So we are on the west side of the Bay of Biscaye now, and I think we'll see some land tomorrow morning again. afternoon, also depending on how fast we are. Now an interesting question of course is, why did we do this jibe? Because we were on the course roughly northerly. Right now we are on 075, means into the Gulf of Biscay, whereas the northerly course of course didn't bring us there. And the wind increased, waves came from the side, so it's far easier to jibe into the wave direction while having still the wind on probably 30 degrees from the side, 20 degrees probably. A thing to note is predict wind is probably to be taken with a +5. Means if it has 15 knots or 20 knots, this is what we realized so far. You too. Bordroutine hat sich eingeschlichen. And there day 2 turns to an end. We are just preparing for our night shift system. For me it's this time midnight to 3, the graveyard shift. It was a great day. After this morning I had 7 hours on the helm, had a decent sleep. The wind calmed down since then. This morning we have 20 plus knots and right now it's, well, 17, 15, cruising along at about 6 knots, times a bit less, times a bit more. We've seen some whales spouting, suspect even a sunfish poked its fin out of the water. Of course a few dolphins again. Great day, it will be a nice night. And, well, more tomorrow. Good night, going easterly, northeasterly through the Bay of Biscaye, tacking north at about 3 AM. Then the day started to become quite miserable, the waves picked up again, it got rainy and wet and yuck for some while, and now in the afternoon, hey, see, we are blistering away at 9 and 10 knots, with the wind right on the beam after another wind shift. Needed to use the engines for a little in between as there was no wind before the shift. And now we are approaching Ashant, which is about 45-50 miles away still, so we'll reach it in the night, cross into the channel from there on. And right now, can't see it yet, the oceans seem empty, but here we are with 2 other sailing boats that are coming closer and closer. Let's see what they are.
Yeah.
I've seen far too many 7s.
Yeah, even 8's like...
Yeah. There we are.
About 10-15 minutes. Hello everyone. Hello mama.
Dinner after dinner.
Dinner after dinner. Yeah, always hungry.
After the chef one.
Chef one. Chef number one. Hello everyone.
Yeah, amazed us with a great chicken korma.
It's not chicken korma. It's Russian traditional chicken white sauce.
Okay, Russian traditional chicken white sauce. It still was amazingly good. Now we should be worried because he's eating something else.
Yeah, all of Kellogg's with milk. That's it. Nice and healthy.
So should we be worried now?
Maybe I need to be worried.
Pardon? No, we are going back to 60 when that one is closer. That big one there. Good morning. It's 9:30. About a bit later. The day started early at 3 a.m. Started with a squall, so a bit of rain. Turned out to be nice, smooth sailing then, initially with 10 knots. Wind on the beam, nice sailing. And then it became a big backing and forthing and weaving between fishermen who did their antics, going into various directions, getting CPAs haywire, and the wind slackening a bit, so that the options of getting out of their hair were a bit limited, and a couple of freighters, like the big cargo that you see behind me, which is a car transporter in all likelihood, which we just let pass in order to come back onto our course and get out of the hair of the next river. I suspect this will continue for a while. And there we have the other chef number one taking care of the kitchen. all the mess that we created during the night and before.
Plenty of it.
Yeah, and then yesterday, just before we approached Ashant, we had this unknown AIS symbol that all of a sudden turned out to run along with 25 knots. Quite amazingly, it turned out to be a racing yacht, monohull, kind of 50 feet, probably 60 feet. But by name that came then up in the symbol, it might have been even operated by one single person. Amazing speed when he went away from us on a beam read in 20 knots of wind. He still made 25, 26 knots. This was quite an amazing view to see. That in the distance, MSC Domitil, 300 meter long, 50 meter wide, 17 or was it 11 meters deep, and clearly in a hurry. She's doing 17 knots right now, which is significantly faster than everybody else around. That looks like we'll get a little squall. Some gust and probably a bit of rain over there. But at least some wind that will come our way in a few minutes. Right now we have about 15 knots. Let's see what that brings with it. Yeah, and there we are. The squall passed us, left and right. The rain was left and right, and it brought just about 25 knots with it. So, not too bad. Big fun helming La Comalvi for a few minutes manually instead of using the autopilot. Welcome to England, one could say. There's the next shower that is about to hit us. While we are still charging around with 8 to 9 knots and are evading the odd cargo ships, like this one. which will have a CPA closest point of approach of about 3/4 of a mile. Today we've got a little repair job to do before we arrive in Portsmouth. As you can see behind me, on the mainsail on the port side, the lazy jacks are broken. Well, they've broken for a few days now, but in order to be able to lower the main, we need to get those lazy jacks up again. Because, well, there's no bimini on here that could help us tidying up the mainsail if we are just letting it fall. The plan is to furl the reef. Furl the reef is good. Furl the jib. And then have Ralph pulled up via the Genoa yacht to research and repair the lazy jacks. Let's see how it's going on. First glimpse of England, 10 miles away. Well, for us it's not exactly the first glimpse, but you get the gist. Kleines Schiffchen, das hier Richtung Solent fährt. Die Celebrity Silhouette. Wir sind jetzt hier am Nordausgang vom Solent. Da haben wir die Isle of Wight. Mit dem Einfahrtsfeuer. Jetzt geht's nach Plymouth. Die sind jetzt hier so mit 4 Knoten durchs Wasser und 6 Knoten über Grund dahin. Mal der Schwenk von Plymouth. Über Southampton. Gekommen. Und jetzt haben wir wirklich Sonnenaufgang über Plymouth. Eine Wahnsinnsperspektive. Wahnsinnsblick. And in English, now we have really sunrise at Plymouth. A great view. Isle of Wight. Some ships at anchor. The forts that protected the harbor. There's the third one. Looks to be a third one somewhere. Pilot ship and a ship. And the harbor of Portsmouth again.